Dozens of well-wishers crowd the Bombardier LEARJET facility in West Wichita to cheer on the Polar Mission flight crew launching into their latest around-the-world adventure. It's the kind of journey most pilots only dream about, flying over both polar regions while circumnavigating the globe. A trip taking 23,000 miles in the air in total. And they're doing it in a LEARJET built here in the air capital.
Yeah, we're ready to go. This is a year's worth of planning right here leading up to this moment, so we're ready.
Now, it's reasonable for most viewers to wonder why they would want to make such a trip other than just the "because we can" type answer, but they have a cause beyond the adventure of it.
The number one reason to do all of this is to bring awareness to the Classic Learjet Foundation and to raise money, and more importantly, to raise awareness to the foundation.
We've reported here before about Classic Learjet Foundation's restoration work on Learjet serial number 23-003. This is the first customer-delivered Learjet. Members of the Classic Learjet Foundation found 003 in Florida, purchased it, and returned it to Wichita February 28, 2023. Since then, volunteers have been working tirelessly on the jet's restoration. The goal is to restore the plane to flying condition to help educate generations to come on Wichita's aviation history. The flight also dedicated in loving memory of William Powell Lear Jr., son of the Learjet founder. Wife Brenda has been connected with the Learjet 003 restoration from the beginning. This is the same Global Jet Care crew from Florida which circumnavigated the globe in 2024 from Wichita. That was called the Century Mission flight in recognition of the first around-the-world flight in 1924. Captain Gray describes differences in the Learjet flights.
It's the same as far as a circumnavigation. It's different in the fact that it's going to be a polar circumnavigation. So we're, instead of going westbound around sort of the fat part of the earth, or just north of the equator like we did last year, we're going to go south out of here, go down into the South Polar region, and then back around up to the North Polar region and back into Wichita. So it'll be a circumnavigation just through both polar regions.
Flying this polar mission puts the crew over some hazardously frigid regions, so they have to prepare for that.
How last year our flight was almost strictly equatorial, so we expected equatorial climate weather for the duration of that flight. And on this flight, of course, we'll be flying into each of these polar regions, which carry with them, far significant weather conditions.
This year we're going to be going to very extremes. We're going to go through all four seasons for sure.
All four seasons experienced in less than a week's time. The Learjet Model 36A is equipped with a mattress in back so non-piloting crew members can rest when not on flight duty.
Flyway Wichita will be back soon.
Gray says in order for the team to gain access to the Antarctic region, the mission had to include a scientific experiment. It's part of the treaty requirements involving Antarctica.
And one of the requirements of that treaty is there has to be some sort of scientific reason to go down there. So we had to submit to the National Science Foundation an experiment that we're going to run. So we're going to run an experiment that's going to talk about the variations in gravity with latitude. So we're going to have a scale with us. We're going to have some standard mass with us, and we're going to take scale weights of those things as we change latitude.
Grace says extreme weather conditions and remote polar regions being flown into required more planning.
We had to plan different supplies on the airplane, different survival supplies, different contingency plans. We flew to airports on this flight which are remote enough to not to have alternates available. So we had to make contingency plans for weather to get into some of these extremely remote places. So yeah, it was way more planning, way more difficult flight to plan for sure.
Weather delays added a couple of days to the trip. Gray says they still accomplished what they set out to do.
So our goal, in short, was to obtain a polar circumnavigation diploma. And the rules for that are you have to go further than 75 south, further than 75 north, and your 2 points on the equator have to be more than 90 degrees apart. So that was our main goal in our routing, and we accomplished that.
Gray says the 2 around-the-world flights demonstrate how well built these Wichita-produced planes are.
Well, it's a testament for the airplane in of itself. I mean, this is the second circumnavigation we've done without a single squawk on the airplane in return. We put a lot of prep into the airplane, into its physical appearance, but truly the maintenance on it is really no different than the everyday maintenance we do on all of our airplanes.
And while Gray and his crew members get back to their air ambulance duties, they're always thinking about what might come next.
I have no concrete plans of what next year will bring, but I can definitely tell you the same thing was happening on this mission as to what we can do next year, and we'll see what that brings.
For now, what's next is a mystery or a dream.
It's still a bit of a dream. Not so sure if it's a 1 year away or 2 or 3 years away, but we definitely have some plans, I can say that.
We will let you know. This is Chris Frank for Positively Kansas.